Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. It always seems impossible until it's done. Do not judge me by my successes, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Our human compassion binds us the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learnt how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. The greatest glory in living lies not in never being defeated, but in rising every time we fall. I am fundamentally an optimist. Whether that comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. Part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed toward the sun, one's feet moving forward. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Difficulties break some men but make others. No axe is sharp enough to cut the soul of a sinner who keeps on trying, one armed with the hope that he will rise even in the end. I dream of an Africa which is in peace with itself. A good leader can engage in a debate frankly and thoroughly, knowing that at the end he and the other side must be closer, and thus emerge stronger. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. Courageous people do not fear forgiving, for the sake of peace. We must use time wisely and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. Lead from the back, and let others believe they are in front. I am not a saint, unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. I detest racialism because I regard it as a barbaric thing, whether it comes from a black man or a white man. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way it treats its children. Real leaders must be ready to sacrifice all for the freedom of their people. Let freedom reign. The sun never set on so glorious a human achievement. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. Freedom cannot be achieved unless women have been emancipated from all forms of oppression. We can change the world and make it a better place. It is in your hands to make a difference. Sometimes, it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that great generation.